This is an M1917 Enfield. They were used around the same time period as M1903s because when World War I broke out, the US government realized it didn't have anywhere near enough rifles and didn't have the production capacity to make enough more in case the US was dragged into the war, which of course it was. So what they did was they found factories who had already been producing Enfields very similar to this one for the British and had them retooled to produce them in standard US 30-06 chambering. It also uses a manual rotating bolt operation, just like the M1903, and the manual of arms is somewhat similar, though some things are in different places. One thing that caused some issues for soldiers and Marines issued these is that the magazine follower keeps the bolt from traveling forward when the magazine is empty, unlike on an M1903. And yes, they actually complained about that tiny difference. The bolt, easily removable, has a large external claw extractor and two front locking lugs, one here, one here. Unlike on an 03, the safety isn't located on the back of the bolt. It's right over here on the back of the receiver, so you can actuate it with your thumb, if you're right-handed. You'll notice this rifle is a little bit longer, and, well, I can notice because I'm holding it that it's a little bit heavier than an M1903. This was considered to be a little bit of a disadvantage in close-in trench fighting, but most of these were not shipped over to Europe for use in World War I. These were mostly used in garrison and training duty in the United States to free up M1903s to be shipped overseas with USGIs. You'll also notice that the front sight hood is a little bit different, and the rear sight is very different. Instead of being located up here on the front of the receiver, it's back here on the rear of the receiver, and it is an aperture style sight, which you can't really tell from that angle, but that gives it a very similar sight picture to later the M1 or the M14, or even many modern rifles when they're using fixed sights instead of optics. One more interesting feature of this design is that this latch that keeps the bolt from coming out at the back of the receiver when the rifle is being cycled normally also doubles as the ejector.